Hello there, my YouTube friends and fans. Welcome to 7 Days to Die. Man, I can't believe I'm actually playing this game, and I cannot believe I'm actually rather addicted to it. Honestly, I tried to play this game many years ago and I got turned off right at the beginning because, as you know, if you've been following me for a while, I am a huge sucker for games that have amazing graphics. Those to me are like a no-brainer. I have to get them. And I don't even care if they have a good story or if they're really interesting to play. I just want to enjoy the graphics. I know a lot of people are the other way around, but that's just me. So when I started to play this game and I saw this really weird ruin here that looks kind of like, some little kid put that together quickly on the computer in a cheap design program, I was just like, no, I'm not gonna play this game. This does not look like fun. But right now I'm in a position where I literally played every game out there that I find decently interesting, and I'm starting to run out of games to play. So when I found this game on the Xbox Game Pass, which means it is free, well, somewhat free, I thought, hey, what do I have to lose? Let's try this one more time. I can always give up if I don't like it, if I still don't like it. So I was patiently starting to go through the tutorial at the beginning again, which is kind of boring. And then I got into the game a little bit more and I was like, you know what? It's actually not as bad as I thought. Let's just kind of play a little bit more. And a little bit more and a little bit more, and the more I played, the more I started to realize that there is way more to this game than I expected. So instead of just walking around in a kind of blah world, hitting zombies or dying from getting attacked by zombies, there is crafting and looting and building and quests and selling and trading and a humongous world that takes a really long time to explore. I don't even know how many hours I already spent on it, but I do know that I have had a lot of nights with not enough sleep because of this game. That's how bad it is. So, in case you don't know what this game is all about, it's basically a zombie looter shooter, you could say, because there's a lot of guns in this game, and it's a huge open world builder game. I don't even know how to explain this game, but the reason it's called 7 Days to Die is because every 7th day a horde of zombies is coming for you. So you have 7 days to prepare for this day and I'm not quite sure, but I think that's how it is. So the longer you play this game, or every other 7 days, the horde is getting more extreme. At least that's what it is for me. It started out with the horde was like 3 or 4 zombies and it wasn't a big deal. I just sat up on a roof of a building and waited until it was over and went down and went on with my day. Waited another 7 days, found myself another safe location, and waited. But then it started to become a little bit more iffy, where I realized that the zombies are very destructive. So if I built myself a little shelter and I thought I was safe inside my 4 walls, I realized that the zombies are starting to nag away on the walls, slowly destroying them. And I wasn't always able to fix them depending on what materials the walls were made of. Because a lot of things you can't do in the game because you have to find books to learn about how to do it, or you have to purchase it, or you have to just rank up enough, or you have to have money. There's a lot of things that you can't do at the beginning, which does make this game so addictive. And look at that. We have a little loot crate coming down, being dropped from a plane. Those loot crates are amazing. But unfortunately, a lot of times they fall into a big lake, which is super deep. And a lot of times it's not worth it going to get it because it's too much effort. So here is my first underground base that I actually accidentally stumbled across. I had no idea there was a base underneath here, but I was kind of banging on one of those metal covers that I found on the ground, thinking that kind of looks like a hatch. It doesn't quite look like a hatch, but it could just be a metal plate, which I found before too, but maybe there is something underneath. And I started to bang on it long enough for it to actually reveal an opening. And there's actually a concrete bunker underneath this whole property here. This little house here is just, I don't know, decoration, I guess. And even though it's made out of stone, it's actually not going to hold up long enough. So as you can see here, this is what I found. And I built a new hatch on it now because I destroyed the old one. So I always close this to make sure they don't follow me down. And I was like, whoa, I had to actually build those ladders too, because there's no ladders. And I was afraid I can't get back up, but it let me build the ladders so I can actually get out. But what I found out later, there's another exit to it. So I have 2 exits, entrances, which is awesome. And there's also a safe here, which I still have to open up. It takes a really long time to open them up. But it's totally worth it because you always find something really good in it. I put a little trunk here where I can stash some of my stuff. And yeah, I feel like this could be a really safe place. I don't know how long because they can even destroy concrete. So my goal right now is to actually learn how to make concrete and then be able to fix everything, and then this is not going to be such a big problem. And I think, as far as I know in this game, concrete is really the strongest material. But at the end, you know, if you just let them be, the zombies will destroy it no matter what. It's just going to take them a little longer to destroy it. So what I learned is not to really use my favorite base on Horde Night because I don't want it to get destroyed. But on the other hand, I want all my bases to be there in case I do need them as an escape. So I am currently upgrading that base by just, you know, collecting a lot of resources and stuff. And look at that. I have a trader right outside the base. This is actually the second trader. I did not find a trader for the first 62 days. And then I found 2 traders in close proximity. And I just learned that if the trader is not open and you try to approach the door, it basically kicks you back, which is kind of weird. But anyway, we could just wait and collect some more resources until he opens, which hopefully is soon. I have no idea when they open. But just wait and see.
Trader Joe's is now open.
Hey, Trader Joe's. I like Trader Joe's a lot. Let's go and shop. So this should open up now. Yeah. We better close it behind us because you never know. And so sometimes they have workbenches here, which is awesome. And look at that. I found blueberries for the first time. I always saw the recipe and never knew where to find them. Here they are. They look like they're made out of paper. But I hope they taste good anyway. So yeah, I have never bought anything at a trader before because it's super expensive. I don't have enough money. And I can find all that stuff in the world for free. So I usually just go and check them out because I'm curious. Hello, sir.
You're not bringing counterfeit money in here, are you?
Huh. Yeah, I don't have a lot of money and you are very expensive, sir. Could I sell you something? No, I don't really have anything here. That's really all I usually do is sell some stuff if I have something, but I never buy anything because I am super stingy. Look at all that stuff. I have all that stuff already at some of my bases. Why would I buy anything here? Nah.
Shit, man. I treat you that good and you don't even fucking tip me.
Ha! They never like that I don't buy anything, but you know, I have to save my money for emergencies. I'm not gonna spend them on stuff that I don't actually need. So my plan right now is to go and find the one missing part to actually build a mini bike. So I have actually everything. The one thing that I don't know anymore where I put it is the handlebars. I found the mini bike handlebars at one point and stashed them somewhere. And I think I know where they could be, but it is really far away from here and it's going to be a long walk. And I also have to make sure I don't do that during zombie horde night, of course. So we have day 73. The next horde will come on day 77. So I still have some time. But before I go on this really big trip, I am going to stop by my other base, which is this big house here right in front of you, which is actually the base close to the other trader that I found first. And I worked on this house a lot because I thought this is going to be my main base, which is not really necessarily anymore the main base, but I still have the most stuff here. And I still can't fix those walls here because I need concrete for it, but I keep trying every time. Well, actually I do have a little bit of concrete. See, it actually works. Yay. So I will need a lot. So the zombies have done a lot of damage here. Look at that. Because if they dig too much here, I'm afraid that the whole house is gonna collapse and I will lose all my stuff. And it is actually not the first time that I lost all my stuff. When you play this game on Xbox, you will sooner or later run into the MD5 glitch, which is something I had to learn the hard way, which this game actually crashes every night at least once. And it's easy to just restart it, which I always did. And I got right back to where I was because the game actually saves very frequently. You cannot manually save the game. The game automatically saves and you do not have control over that. So the game crashed like the 7th or 8th time. And I went back to my base and everything I did was gone. All my trunks, my stash, my food, my resources, my guns, every awesome collectible, everything that I found and I was so proud of was gone, disappeared, nowhere to be found. All the stuff that I built on the base, the doors and the walls and the hatches was all gone. And worst of all, my forge and the anvil that I took so long to craft or actually collect resources for was all gone. Everything was gone. The stuff that I was forging, like the forged iron that is so precious, was all gone. Everything was gone. I was really devastated because I was like spending so many hours getting all that done. And I felt like I was going back to point zero, starting from scratch. That was like a deciding factor for me to, should I continue playing this game or should I just move on to another game and give up on this one? But I just was like, nah, I haven't played enough of this game to give up on it. I want to just give it another try. I just have to start over. I have to loot like crazy and rebuild everything that I had. And that's kind of what I did. And I am now back to where I was with actually more stuff than I had back then. So I'm in a really good place right now. But of course, every time the game crashes, I'm worried that this is happening again, even though there is a workaround which I use, but I still don't quite trust it. So, you know, with technology, you just never know. There could also be a new bug. You work so hard in this game to get your stuff that when you lose it, it is a big loss. So as you can see, I have tons of stuff, and this is just one stash in this house. I have another stash, actually two stashes upstairs. I have one that has just guns or gun parts in it, tons of them. And then one that has clothes and lots of other things in there. So I'm in a good spot. So this is kind of my main base right now when you look at my stashes. But I am definitely not staying in this house on Horde Night because it's just not worth it getting it destroyed until I have it fixed up completely. In the meantime, I'm just using this one to stash more stuff, craft stuff, and then head out again, which is what I'm doing right now because I'm getting ready for my big trip. Alright, so I'm ready. I'm heading out, make sure I lock my door. And as soon as I try to do that, 2 dogs are attacking me. There is never any dogs in this area, not here. So I am completely taken by surprise. I was not prepared for this. If I'd known about this, I would have left my hatch open, let them come to me, killed them, and then left. Thankfully, this happened right at my base, so I can just respawn on my bed right here, which is on the upper floor, my nice little cozy bedroom, which I completely renovated. I even put new windows in, believe it or not. This is actually way too big, but check this out. The reason I like this house so much is because I have this beautiful view here. I planted 2 big trees, I put a white picket fence, and I hear the dogs down there. I think they're destroying something down there and I do not like it, so I need to go down and actually take care of them, but make sure I don't get killed again. Man, I need more windows. I need to go and craft more windows so this home feels more cozy. So I'm like, ugh, I want to go get my stuff. I just realized that I actually lost my awesome weapon. Because when you die, you lose everything that you have in your tool belt. But the thing that I didn't know at the beginning of this game is that you actually can get it back. You actually can go where your backpack was dropped and collect it. So at the beginning, I lost a lot of stuff because I thought you lose it forever, but you actually don't. But if I now die again before I pick up my backpack, I will lose it forever. So I'm very, very cautious here. I do not want to lose my only gun that I have, which is this pistol here. And I do want to get the stuff that's in my backpack back. So I try to get it real quick, snatch it up. Here, I got my stuff. And then put the gun back out of my tool belt. So if I die again, I don't lose my gun. Because I don't like to have anything on my tool belt besides just a couple of things. Because there is always a big risk that you are not able to retrieve your backpack before you die again. And that's just how I run. For those that manage to not die ever or hardly ever die, they can just have all kinds of things in their tool belts. But that's maybe in the future. Right now, I'm just trying to play it safe. So here I am on my way up north to my first real big base to see if my handlebar is there. I won't know until I check, right? So I have already put a few miles behind me. I'm making pretty good progress, but I'm feeling the heat here on this asphalt, and I don't know if I'm gonna make it before it gets dark, but I am pushing really, really hard to actually make it, and I just cannot help to loot. I always want to loot and loot some more. So let's check where we are. I'm about halfway there. Well, a little bit less than halfway. My new base is way up to the right, northeast of the map. So let's push harder. So I know the town that I've been many, many times is right here. Yes, there it is. Yay, we made it to it. So if for some reason it gets really late, this is a good place for me to get into safety because I spent many horde nights on the roof of the restaurant that's behind those trailers there. And I have a little stash there as well. I found a ton of stuff in those trailers. I haven't looted all the trailers yet. I will do that maybe someday because it takes a lot of effort to break down the doors. But it's really good to have that little town because right across over this hill, like on the other side of this little hill here is my base, which is fantastic, which means I am very close and I will make it, maybe not, because I have to run through a large burnout area which has dogs in it, which a lot of times I cannot handle, especially not if two at once come at me. And I'm always very, very nervous when I have to cross over this hill. And right now I'm like deciding if I should go around, but you can tell that, you know, if I go straight ahead, I will get there very fast. If I go around, it's going to take me 3 times as long. So I kind of partially want to go around and partially through it. I don't know. I take it as it comes. I just run as fast as I can and try to make it alive. Here we go. I'm almost at the end of the burnout area, but a lot can still happen. I see my base already, so I'm just going for it as fast as I can. I already feel pretty good at this point, because even if I should die here, I would definitely get my backpack back. So here we are. This is actually a really good spot for a base. Oh my god, what are you doing here? Oh my god, there's so many zombies. What are they doing? They were just waiting for me, huh? Oh man. And I'm getting a little greedy here. Gotta be careful. Because even though it wouldn't be too bad dying here, I still don't want to die. And they just stunned me. That always sucks when that happens, because then you can't move. I really want to get rid of them before I get into my house, because otherwise they're just starting to destroy my house. I do not want them to destroy this house. I made a lot of upgrades to this house. It's not perfect, but it's definitely fortified in a lot of places. So you can see I have a hatch here. That actually always allows me to kill the zombies without them being able to get at me. So I'm just trying to heal up real quick, and there they come. First one down. Yeah, she's down. And they always give you good stuff. Second guy down. Third one down. I am so glad that I have this new weapon, the spiked weapon here. Before that, it took like 4 or 5 or more hits to get a zombie down. Now it takes like 1 to 2, maybe 3, depending on the zombie. So I'm just gonna clean up here real quick, because I don't like those bodies. They're also in the way, so I probably can't close the door if they're here. Man, don't you love those noises when you squash them? Alright, door is closed, so let's see. My furnace is still there. My chest is still here with all the stuff. Look at all the stuff I have in here. I have a second chest upstairs, which has mostly food in it. But I got some good stuff. So I'm trying to find my handlebar. I cannot see the handlebar here at all, which is super disappointing. So now I know it is not in this space. So we have morning now. The night was pretty uneventful, thankfully. I could just wait it out. And now I'm ready to go to the town that I showed earlier to look at my other stash and see if it's maybe there. And then I have to find this base here to have another stash there. So I'm just trying to find out where I have to go and check. But yeah, I have my work cut out for me looking for this handlebar, which I have no clue where I left it. Could be anywhere, literally, at this point. I was so sure that it was at this base for some reason, but I was definitely wrong. So yeah, let's go and do this. Hopefully we can find it, and there's a sandstorm coming. So I'm the heck out of here. So here we are at the little town. This little restaurant here is the first place where I tried to take some shelter, and I got overrun by zombies, but for some reason survived. So nothing here. I don't have a stash in there, so I'm not going to waste any time looking, even though there could be more loot. But right now I'm just desperate to find this handlebar. So I finally have the mini bike and I won't have to run so much anymore. So this is the other place here, which is a gas station with a restaurant where I reinforced the doors here and did a bunch of upgrades and spent a bunch of nights up on the roof surviving Horde Night. So unfortunately, this woman here is always respawning here. So every time I come here, I just have to kill her again. And there's a second one now for some reason. Alright. But the good thing is, if they don't kill you, you get some good loot usually from them. Usually they have sandwiches and other food. Like, here we go, 2 sandwiches and meds. Awesome. And then this guy here, I've already looted before. He's got some more loot. He's got actually a gun part, which I already have, but I might be able to sell this at a trader. And so I'm gonna go now and just make sure there's not another zombie here stabbing my back, and maybe check the fridge here to make sure there's some, we're not missing out on any awesome yummies here. Oh, look at some beer. Yes, awesome. Beer actually gives you stamina. I never had to make use of it before, but it could come in handy one day. So I am just very frugal when it comes to anything. I only use it if necessary. So this is concerning me a little bit. I actually already smacked this and I made a steel door here. So seeing this here means that this base partially reset, which makes me think that there could be a chance that I lost my loot up here. My loot box. Yes. My chest is gone. That's a bummer. This could have been the handlebar. Hopefully not. Man. So even with trying to avoid this glitch, there's still glitchy stuff happening, which is definitely disappointing. Coffee, I don't need it. My inventory is pretty full, so I'm only gonna take what I really need. There's just a constant shuffle with the inventory. You always want to keep everything, but you can't keep everything. So I'm gonna just check one more time to make sure I'm not walking away here with anything that I should probably pick up, because this is pretty far away from my other bases. And look at that. We have a shotgun schematic, which I think I already have, but I'm not 100% sure. So I think I'm just gonna read it anyway. Who knows? And we are out to my next place, ignoring the zombies, checking my next stash. So down there is my next base, or you can't really say a base, it's a house that I spent a night in once, and I left a bunch of stuff because I needed space in my inventory, and I thought, hey, at least I don't have to drop it and then lose it. I can always come back here and get it, which is what I'm doing right now. But the more stashes I check, the less hope I have to actually find the handlebars. But you never know. So I want to make sure I check it before I give up hope. So as you can see, this house is in pretty bad shape, but it's good enough to just keep a stash here. I also have a hatch and a fortified door here, just in case I ever have to spend the night. So it doesn't look like we have any mini bike handlebars here either. Bummer. Well, I tried at least, so I have to keep looking for it. I'm just gonna grab a few things here that I can use. I don't have much room, but I may not come here in a long time, if ever, so I don't want to leave stuff here that I actually need. All right, that was disappointing. The only thing that I feel good about is that after checking all this, if I don't find it, at least I have tried to find it. I checked all the stashes And I can't stop thinking about what if it is there, what if it is there. I may find another handlebar, or maybe there's a way to craft it, or I may have to purchase it. I don't know. I haven't seen it at a trader yet, and I haven't found a recipe yet for it. But, you know, if I don't have a mini bike, it's not the end of the world. Eventually, I will get it. So I'm just going to check the map and see where my next stash is. I know where I need to go. I just need to know the direction. And off we go. It's actually not far from here. So here we are. This thing actually looks pretty secure, and I built a ladder here to get in. Well, let me tell you, I died 3 times here before I was able to even get in here. And I had to come back because my bed was far away from here. And the reason I died 3 times here is because at first, the first 2 times I didn't know what killed me until I realized there was a huge bear here which came and attacked me from behind and literally just smashed me with 1 hit. So here's a stash that I left at one point. And I don't have a handlebar here either. Oh my god. What is going on? But look at that. I have an actual rocket here, which I didn't know, and some bullet casing. Oh my god, I forgot. The zombies can climb ladders. Yes. That is not good. I gotta be more careful. There's another one coming. I really don't want to die here now because I need to check some more stashes. If I die now, I will spawn all the way back at my other base where I started, and then I would have to come back here again, which I don't want to do. So I'm gonna see if I can just take them out with my bow and arrow. I still want to practice this a little bit more. I'm usually pretty good with the bow in other games, but taking out zombies with moving heads like crazy is really hard, especially if you would try to get headshots, because that's the way to get them. But it doesn't take too long here to take them down. That was fun, especially since I had this really good safe place. So I'm going to loot this place, and then I'm going to get on the way to the next spot. So I just realized that I took the wrong way. I'm actually on the wrong side of the lake here, and the lake is so big that I don't want to have to swim to the other side. That would take forever. And it's getting really late now. It's almost 8 o'clock here in a couple minutes. And then after that, the time usually runs super fast, and I need to find a safe spot here to spend the night. So I don't even know if I will be able to find a spot like that. So I'm looking on the map, and I see there's actually a house up there north that I've been to, but that will kind of put me back to where I kind of came from. I don't want to go back up there. I need to go more west. So I'm just thinking, you know what? What's the worst that can happen? If I die, I spawn back at my base. I have seen all my bases anyway now, I think. I don't think there's another spot to check. And then I see this house here, and I know that my night will be safe. I just have to get rid of all the zombies that may be here, and then secure the place and call it a night. While I'm doing that, it kind of dawns on me that I probably lost this handlebar with all that big loot and base that I lost when that glitch happened. I am pretty sure now that that's what happened, because I checked all my stashes, my big stashes where I would have left it, and I didn't find it anywhere. And I know that I didn't drop it or lose it anywhere. I'm just taking the first few steps away here from the stairs in the hopes that the zombies won't be able to jump up here, so they cannot attack me from the top. Because it's enough for me to have to deal with them from one door, which is on the bottom, which is locked. And I'm going to keep it like that until they break it open. So this is going to be how I get in. This is how I usually do it. I usually go in the top floor. And this house is exactly the same as the house by the Smoky Hill up there where I have my other base. So I know it already. I'm just going to see what kind of loot I can find here. And I'm going to spend the night here. So I'm gonna check the stairs. It looks like the zombies can't actually make it up here, which is awesome. So I feel pretty safe up here. Now I'm just gonna go up on the roof real quick to see if there's anything up there. Probably just the nest, which I don't really actually need. I have enough eggs and feathers. But I just like to be up on the roofs because you have a really good view of what's around you. And this is quite a new area to me still. I mean, I have partially been here, but I haven't discovered everything yet. There's still lots to find. But right now, I just want to survive the night. And then I'll figure out what I'm going to do in the morning. The day is going to be wide open. And I can do whatever I want. I definitely see some loot crates I need to collect. And I still need to find handlebars. So that's going to be my main quest. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And I hope to see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.